flickering neon sign of the 24-hour diner cast an eerie glow on the deserted highway. Rain lashed against the windshield, each drop a tiny, insistent tap against the glass. My boyfriend, Liam, pulled the car into the almost empty parking lot. "Just need to use the restroom and grab some coffee," he said, his voice a little too bright. I nodded, but a knot of unease tightened in my stomach. The diner looked wrong. The windows were dark, save for the faint, pulsating light from inside. The paint was peeling, and the whole place seemed to sag, as if burdened by some unseen weight. It felt less like a place of respite and more like a trap. Liam got out, leaving me alone in the car. The silence inside the vehicle was deafening, broken only by the rhythmic sweep of the windshield wipers. I stared at the diner's entrance, my breath fogging the glass. That's when I saw him. A figure stood just inside the doorway, silhouetted against the dim interior. He was tall and unnaturally thin, his movements jerky, like a puppet whose strings were being manipulated by clumsy hands. He wasn't moving toward the counter or table. He was just watching. A shiver traced its way down my spine. It wasn't just the rain or the isolation. It was a primal, gut-wrenching fear that screamed at me to flee. I fumbled for my phone, my fingers clumsy with panic, but there was no signal. The figure in the doorway began to move, not walking, but gliding, an impossible smoothness to his motion. He reached the edge of the illuminated doorway and paused, his face still obscured by shadow. Then he spoke, his voice a dry rasp that seemed to scrape against my very soul. "You shouldn't have stopped here." My blood ran cold. It wasn't a question, it was a statement of fact, delivered with chilling certainty. I finally managed to unlock my phone, my eyes darting between the screen and the figure. No signal, of course. Liam reappeared, carrying 2 steaming cups of coffee. He walked towards the car, humming a tuneless melody. I wanted to shout, to scream at him to get back in, to drive away. But the words caught in my throat, choked by the suffocating fear. He opened the passenger door and slid in, handing me one of the coffees. "Everything okay?" he asked, noticing my pallor. "We need to leave," I managed to whisper, my voice trembling. Now, Liam's smile faltered. "What? Why? I just got the coffee." "Just drive," I urged, my voice rising. "Please, Liam, just drive." He looked at me, confusion warring with concern. He followed my gaze towards the diner entrance. The figure was gone. The doorway was now completely dark. "Is it?" he asked, his hand already reaching for the ignition. "I don't know," I choked out, tears welling in my eyes. "But something is terribly wrong." Liam didn't question me further. He put the car in reverse, tires spinning on the wet asphalt as we sped away from the desolate diner. As we merged back onto the highway, I risked a glance in the rearview mirror. The diner was a dark, silent monolith against the storm. But for a fleeting second, in the deepest shadow of the doorway, I saw it. A pair of eyes, reflecting the faint red glow of a taillight, watching us go. And I knew, with a certainty that chilled me to the bone, that the figure in the doorway hadn't been a person at all. It had been something else, something ancient and hungry, waiting in the darkness for those who dared to stop. The coffee, untouched, sat cold between us. "I'm Aqeela," and you've just stumbled into the Aqeela Files. Did you really think you were safe on the road tonight? That empty diner, it's always hungry. Sleep tight if you can.